Hey everyone, PTL here. Sue and I are back in the northwest corner of Connecticut, right on the Mass line. We just came down Mount Washington Road from that direction. And today we are going to go right to the Mass line, follow the trail along the Mass-Connecticut line till we hit the tri-state border. The parking lot back there is where we dropped off Baloo and Rocky for their section hike in Connecticut. Sue, getting ready to do a hike. Fall foliage is beautiful in here. It was beautiful the whole ride up. So we're heading up the Mount Frissell Trail along the Connecticut-Massachusetts line. It's a beautiful fall day, October 12th. Gorgeous color in here, all around us. Some nice orange right there. Hi, Sue.
Hi.
And enjoying this. The side of Mount Frissell is the high point in Connecticut. The peak is actually in Massachusetts, but the side of the mountain has the high point of Connecticut on it. So we are heading from the Mount Washington Road in the opposite direction of the Appalachian Trail. The AT is behind us going up Bear Mountain. But we're following this state line, Connecticut, Mass. Eventually we'll hit the tri-state marker, which is the marker of Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New York. And we'll show you that when we get there. Praise the Lord. Got a little uphill in the rocks here. Going up there. We're getting close to the top of Mount Frissell. There's Bear Mountain over there. The AT goes over that, down that steep section, down into Sages Ravine, and then you got the ledges in Massachusetts going north. Through the trees is Mount Everett over there. Beautiful. Gorgeous day. Still some foliage. Praise the Lord. And I think they changed the trail years ago, and I'm talking probably 30 plus years ago. I don't believe this trail came to the top of Mount Frissell. Maybe it did. I don't recall it. I recall it following the border to the high point in Connecticut, but it didn't actually hit the peak. But we're heading for the peak. It should be right up here somewhere, the top of Mount Frissell. We're at the peak of Mount Frissell. I don't recall the trail years ago coming to the peak of Frissell, but here it is. And we're going to continue on the path back toward Connecticut. We're in Massachusetts, to the high point in Connecticut and down to the tri-state. It's a beautiful overlook on the side of the trail here. Still in Massachusetts, coming down from Frissell and back toward Connecticut. So we just came from there. And here is the marker for the high point in Connecticut. This is the Connecticut-Massachusetts state line and the highest point in the state of Connecticut at this marker. We got a little sign-in book here too in that box. Little rock pile marking it. And we're continuing down the state line toward the tri-state spot. So walking Connecticut-Massachusetts line here, heading for the Connecticut-Massachusetts-New York line. Just coming through this area with a lot of mountain laurel. This would be pretty in the summer when it's in full bloom. It's everywhere. Praise the Lord. And here's the tri-state marker. Got Massachusetts over here. Connecticut must be here. I'm not seeing it on there, but the map shows it as New York, Connecticut, Mass. And here's New York over on this side. Praise the Lord, we made it. And it shows 1898. That's an old marker. It's a nice stream. Just coming back into Connecticut from New York. Taking a different trail back so we don't have to go back over the peaks. Beautiful trail right here. It'll make the hike going this way a little longer, but a little easier and a different view. The Mount Frissell Trail was a really nice trail. It was pretty steep. There was a steep up, came to a first little ridge and then back down into the valley and then up to Mount Frissell. Very rocky, steep. I didn't find it too bad, but for Sue it was kind of difficult. So we did an alternate route coming out. It's a little longer route, but it's pretty much just like you see in front of us. Pretty wide, flat, really easy. So it's going much faster. And I think though it's a little longer than the trail we came in on, it's going to be a lot faster back to the car. This is going to come out on the Mount Washington Road, farther up the road from where we parked. And then we'll probably have about a half mile or so from the road back to the car. So a beautiful trail here. So if you ever come up and want to hike up to the ridges in New York from Mount Washington Road in Connecticut, this is a nice trail. It's a little bit before the Connecticut-Massachusetts line on Mount Washington Road. We are back out to the Mount Washington Road. We ended up doing a big loop. So heading north toward Massachusetts and our parking. Nice hike. Easy route back on the road. And I'll let you know when we get there how many miles we did. It'll probably be about, 3 miles, 4 miles or so, maybe 4.5. So we just finished our hike coming down the Mount Washington Road. Here's the parking lot. We did exactly 5 miles. It's a nice hike, beautiful day. You can see this is the AMC Northwest parking lot and the road that goes up to the AMC hut. And then some trails that go to the north or south side of Bear Mountain into the AT. Get ready to head home. Praise the Lord.